thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. With crimson secrets and forbidden bliss, can't stay still, don't stop that thrill. My bones crave your skin, temptation within, mistakes ignite the silence. Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. jack it up.
good evening, vanakkam. Welcome in the first lower bracket match in the knockout stages la Tamil Nadu Dota League season 2 ஓடுது. So இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா 2G2 Easy versus Symbiotic Spirits. It's going to be a fairly even game. ரெண்டு டீமுமே அவ்வளோவா அவங்களோட குரூப்ஸில் சாலிடான பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் காட்டல. ரெண்டு பேருமே ரெண்டு பாயிண்ட் தான் எடுத்திருந்தாங்க. But they still have a shot at the title over here. Lower bracket. And இன்னைக்கு என் கூட co-casting பண்றவங்க Rogue Prince, Dark X,
Hello.
Dire crew back.
yeah. And you guys take it over from here.
Radiant crew pick.
Hello. Hello.
Dire crew pick. 10 seconds remain.
It's surprising Doom, a meta pick, is picked instead of banned. This might be a costly slip from Symbiotic.
Radiant crew pick. Witch Doctor.
Witch Doctor, it's a good hero against strength people, that's what. Okay.
Hey guys, Skulls here, Fizz here. Yeah, the picks and traps are coming out like pretty fast. I think the 2G Easy have a penalty on the traps, I think, right? So they're trying to not waste any time at this point. I think the offlane has already come out from 2G Easy. I think this will be a Doom. No, Lich might be a safe lane hero, and these are pretty solid pickups from both the teams.
Remain. 5 seconds remain. Radiant crew ban.
Behold the horn of Magnus.
Ten seconds remain.
All right, Magnus coming out from the Symbiotic Spirits. It's a extremely good offlaner at this point. Everybody's picking him. The Empower is giving very huge advantage to the course, so it'll be a great enabler for the team, and they have a pretty good solid support to go with them. The Witch Doctor, very good picks coming out of both the teams. Because this is a knockout game, they're not saving any stats, I think, for the future. They're going all in for this, and this is how we like Dota, right? The Grimstroke ban is coming out from Symbiotic Spirits. Actually, they don't really want to have a double Doom and a double Chain Frost. That would be devastating. And if either of the one lands, the gank is basically over. So they don't really want to let the Grimstroke go through.
Dire crew ban. Radiant crew ban. Ten seconds remain. 5 seconds remain. Dire crew ban.
Oh, Lich coming in.
The second phase is mostly about the carries. All the OP carries are getting out of the draft. There might be few good ones still there, like Spectre.
10 seconds remain. 5 seconds remain. Radiant crew pick war chief.
Okay, Centaur's pick. I think they need something to go up with this hero. Some more damage hero, maybe. Let's see the picks. It's a good necro game for them.
5 seconds remain. Dire crew pick. Dazzle.
Dazzle is not the hero we see often. Let's see how GG's is gonna play this hero.
5 seconds remain. Radiant crew pick.
Void incarnate.
Ten seconds remain. 5 seconds remain. Radiant crew ban.
Templar Assassin.
Ten seconds remain. 5 seconds remain. Dire crew ban. Ten seconds remain. 5 seconds remain. Radiant crew ban. Ten seconds remain. 5 seconds remain. Dire crew ban. Ten seconds remain. 5 seconds remain.
Такая халява!
A Spectre is still in the pool. Let's see if anybody wants to pick or ban it. It's still a good hero. This is like the strongest carry in the meta right now.
Radiant crew pick. Ten seconds remain. 5 seconds remain. Dire crew pick.
Morphling.
Ten seconds remain. Choose your feller.
For morphling this game, except Naga, this is a free morphling game. If she's managed to pull out, I don't think Naga even threats her later anymore. The draft wise, I think Dire has a better grasp on them just because of the last pick Naga. It really counts as both of their cores. I don't know much about Doom versus Naga, but it should be a decent matchup. Void Spirit really needs to make the early game tempo in his favor, else it's gonna be just a farm game which will make Radiant really strong in mid game.
Feeling good, man. Bunk, bunk, bunk. That is what you sound like.
Kidding me.
Prepare for battle.
Let's get the introduction here. In the side of Radiant, we have TA playing by iFrag, and then Doom playing by Jiraiya, and Morphling on Kokoromu. I don't know that guy. Dazzle is played by Daredevil, and Lich is being played by Vegeta. And on the side of Dire, we have Witch Doctor Joji, Naga Siren Vineet, Magnus Inna Thale, Centaur Shanks, and the mid laner Void Spirit Alpha Male.
"30 seconds to battle."
For some reason, neither of the mid laners wants to place the ward at the start. That's actually might be good and might be bad in both ways. Just because the rune starts at 4 minutes, so you don't really need the ward for the first 4 minutes except the high ground vision. Not always the good thing, but not the bad as well.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be fairly standard. One rune for each team on one side, so it's going to be 2 runes for each AP. So it's an even start at the beginning.
They decided to keep Witch Doctor bottom. That's interesting. Like just for the empower thingy with Siren. That's a change of plans.
They really wanted to probably give this Centaur a very good start, because whichever lane Witch Doctor is in, it will be simpler for the core to be in. That's a great deal about coming out of Witch Doctor. It was not an observer or a sentry, but still a nice read from the Witch Doctor. On towards the mid matchup, we have the Templar Assassin versus Void Spirit. They are trying to get some CS on board. None of them actually have one yet. And on the top side, it's going to be it's Naga Siren and Magnus versus Doom and Lich.
That is what you sound like. That is what you sound like. Now for the old razzle dazzle. I admit nothing but my sadness that you're gone.
So people just spamming in the chat wheels. Like, what do you think about the chat wheels, StarkX? Do you like it? Do you like spamming them when you're playing them?
Dude. It's game tempo. Like, there's a lot more into it. The tipping, the wages, the chat wheeling, and the old school GG. Like, at last you press all chat. That's actually brings the fun in Dota. Actually, not the fun, but it brings us mood to try hard.
Yeah, festive spirit all around. It's really great to, smoke gang somebody a couple of times and then just give them a tip. Like, no, I'm going to get you one more time. Or just, there were some pro players who were doing crazy stuff, like in the middle of a team fight at the International, Miracle just tips the opposite teammate, man. That is like some next level play.
That's how OG won twice, dude. Always works.
Yeah, power of chat wheel and friendship and flowers. So Nagasai, they just push the tower out into their side on the Radiant side. So they basically have a high ground ward watching them. So they placed it way before anybody of the Radiant team came over there. So they have good vision over on the Radiant side. Unorthodox spots and very hard to de-ward. Towards the mid lane, Templar Assassin just used refraction and trying to last it. Oh, he's trying to go for damage. Oh, there's a lot of damage running into the Templar Assassin. He pops his salve there, and because Void Spirit, I think, actually used all of his abilities, he cannot really cancel it.
I love the way how Void Spirit is playing aggressive, because he knows, like, as soon as the levels go ahead, he becomes weaker this lane. So he's playing really good and aggressive, as he knows.
Which is pretty nice. And Witch Doctor basically pulled the creeps on their side, so the wave is going to be pushed towards the center. They're trying to go for a kill, but oh no, Dazzle escapes. No, it's on the other side. Morphling wave forms in and gets the last hit on the Witch Doctor. That's a good bait by the Dazzle. He basically baited the other team into running into them and then killed them. Towards their safe lane, it's Empower coming in right at the start. They don't want to waste any time in this. They want to get Naga as much farm as possible right from the start. So they're playing Magnus over there. And towards the mid, like, Void Spirit is trying to be a little bit aggressive on the Templar Assassin. Doom surprisingly has the highest number of last hits as well as Naga Siren. So it's basically the lane, the off lane of the Radiant is basically where all of the CS is happening right now. Oh, Cascade coming in from the Witch Doctor. It bounces twice to the Morphling. But Dazzle is there to just basically heal him. There's no way Morphling is going to die, but once he hits this level 2 Morph, it's kind of hard for him to just burst him down.
I don't think so.
They really need to make some moves on this Morphling as soon as, after the bounty runes, because she's getting out of hand soon. And it's fairly standard lineup. I think they even have this Naga Siren sleep into an RP combo whenever they want, and they also have like a good team fight with the Witch Doctor coming in and using his ultimate right where the RP happens, the Centaur's Chow coming out over there. So they do have a lot of good team fight there on the Symbiotic Spirits. There's a Cascade coming and a Malediction coming on the Dazzle. He's trying to take a bit of HP off of the Dazzle, but Witch Doctor basically walks into the tower range and gets hit once. But it's just basically back and forth trade coming on, over this lane. Portal is delivered to the Void Spirit, so he's already trying to get ready for the runes. It's going to be spawned in the next 4 minutes.
Let's see if any of them. Oh, he's gonna get a hit. Dazzle still has like an observer ward with him. He's basically carrying it around, just looking for a good point to place the ward. Morphling is farming his way in the safe lane quite comfortably under his tower, same as the Naga Siren is also doing the same quite comfortably under his tower. And let's see if this Void Spirit can use this haste rune to some good use. Everybody's ping each other. Alright, is this the Void Spirit still has his observer? Maybe he's just got a new one. TA is just trying to get those last hits. He's getting all of the range creeps as well. It's almost time for the bounty rune, so if this Void Spirit probably rotates somewhere, he can get few kills.
Bottom they're going on Wedge Rock, they're going on Dazzle. Centaur might go in the process, and he does.
Yeah, and in return the Dazzle dies, but I think it's a very good trade for the Radiant. They'll pick out their offlaner before the 5 minutes mark. Already a little bit of net worth on the Radiant side, but not really by a huge margin. But they are getting 3 runes on the side of the Dire, so they are on a bit of advantage.
Magnus tried to do a sneaky play by sniping TA's courier. It was a fail though, but nice try.
That's a good try. This meta, everybody is like trying to swipe couriers, like placing what's behind it, because they do on the mid lane is trying to go, but usually, yeah, they do give a lot of gold for both the teams, and it's usually very helpful because you're giving gold for the team. On the mid lane, Void Spirit is trying to go for the TA. He's already burned through the refraction. The TA is turning and hitting him, but he has a haste rune. Oh, he's turning in for the TA. He goes for the ultimate, but the refraction is up, so he survives basically. But it was a very close try. These mid lane is going like pretty aggressive. Both are in each other's face. Both of them have reached level 6. They also have but he's trying to go for the kill. He's caught him with the remnant. TA is trying to trap him, but there's no way. He has a haste, he has a reflection, and TP rotation coming in from the ledge, so he survives. And coming in with the salve as well, man. It's a very good support play. This is what you expect from your supports. It usually doesn't happen in the pub, but when people are playing in serious tournaments where it's already past the group stages, you're in a knockout game, and then you definitely have to make these moves. You cannot let your mid laner die without rotating. Oh, there's an illusion rune. Illusion rune just picked up by the Void Spirit. He just used it to try and burn the refraction charges and basically trying to get some HP. Everybody is back up to full in the mid lane. Some intense fights. Nobody is dying first. This will be very interesting to see who dies first. Darkex, you think when there is a stalemate, which one do you prefer? Has an advantage? Is it the Void Spirit or is it Templar Assassin?
Of course, a Templar. Templar's gonna farm instants that are gonna boost her net worth so high that I don't think it's not even gonna matter if she gets ganked. She's just gonna survive by the huge net worth lead she'll create. If it's super stale, that's the only way Dire can lose this. If the game goes stale, Void Spirit needs to make some moves to bring the game back.
Like Centaur has died only once, but he's basically just staying in there. He's unable to actually contest the farm. He's getting good amount of CS. He has like 28 CS, but the Doom has even more. So both the offlaners are getting a little bit of farm on their sides. It's always good to see offlaners having farm, because they are such such an impactful role, and both of them have different ways in which these offlaners are going to approach the game. Do you think what would be a good target, do you think, Darkex, to Doom on the side of the symbiotic spirits?
I think the best way is to SOD and just Doom Void Spirit, and like you can just turn it into a mid tower, and that's like really huge. That's like the best move the Radiant can make right now. Smoke and kill Void Spirit. but they are deciding for the bottom tier one, which is actually decent, not greatest, but decent.
The Cask and Malaric coming out of the Witch Doctor, trying to put some damage into the Morphling, but Morphling just brushes it off. Doesn't really impact him a lot. TA is doing the usual standard, trying to push out the waves, going to farm the neutral creeps, and the Void Spirit is also doing the same on the other side. On the bottom side, they're trying to go on the Witch Doctor. There's a blast coming in from the ledge. Dazzle is trying to get him. He's probably going to die because of all the damage over time, and Morphling just comes in and secures it with his waveform. Just try to get the last hits. It's always great to have gold on the carry. Darkix, do you usually go for trying to get the last hits as a carry as well, or do you just leave it to the supports at the start? Oh, Void Spirit just comes in and takes out the ledge. But what do you think about it, Darkix?
If it's possible for me to get the last hit, surely I'll join, and because like even if as any way I can help my support, I'll do it. It just provides just dominant over the offlane. You can share dominance.
As a support as well, like when you're playing the Void Spirit is trying to do some damage to the creeper as well as TA at the same time, but as a support, whenever you get some assist gold as well, it accelerates you. If you get some kills at the start, it accelerates you even more. So, but putting money into hard carries such as Morphling is always, I feel, like a good idea as well.
The most surprising thing about this is Doom has chosen to go Midas. Like, okay, that's like having a TA and a Morphling, a Midas, that's actually really greedy. But he's not getting punished, so it's all fine.
I think they're going in for the safe place. I think this is towards the knockout stages. On the bottom side, Witch Doctor just cacks him and sneaks one Bounty Rune right from under the nose of the Dazzle. But Dazzle doesn't have a stun. It's really hard for him to contest anyway. Witch Doctor will get the other rule as well. So, good play by the Witch Doctor trying to get his team some gold. Morphling is trying to pressure the tower on the bottom. He's taken a little bit of HP, probably 1/5. On the top, Doom is trying to go in. There's a Doom on the Naga Siren, the chain, the pull by the lich, and the blast by the lich. But the ultimate comes out from the Centaur Warner, and everybody just disengages beautifully. This two peritations from both the Void Spirit as well as the Magnus. So I think this is the time with the Siege Graves coming in, they can push other lanes to get some towers. But the first Doom wasn't successful.
This was a really good move by Radiant. As soon as they saw the TPs, they just backed off. Like, Bad didn't cut anything out of those TPs except they got 2 free cores, farming lanes freely. That was really good by Radiant.
Space for the team is always what you care about, because your team is going to carry you at some point. On the bottom side, Morphling is trying to go on the Centaur. Centaur pops a healing salve. He's trying to juke his way through the trees. Morphling has a waveform. He's holding it on and he knows already, I think, he cannot burst out this Morphling. So he's not going for it. On the middle, Templar Assassin pops a couple of waves, and the Void Spirit is going for it. There's a casket by the Witch Doctor, but the refraction comes out from. And they're probably going to turn on this Witch Doctor, I feel. The TA traps comes out. The Lich wants a kill. The TA is focused on the creeps. So it turns back. There's a melt hit on the creep, and then he gets it. But there's a Magnus coming in. There's a Chain Frost by Lich, as well as an ultimate from the Witch Doctor. The Chain Frost it bounces beautifully and then gets a kill on the Witch Doctor. And then Witch Doctor is dead. So it was a good fight. But it was a Templar Assassin going down for Witch Doctor. Not a worthy trade, but at least you get something in return. So what do you think is a good play right now, Darkx, for the other team to go on? Now the Doom is coming back up in 30 seconds. So which tower do you think they should go for as a Radiant team? Oh, there's a kill coming out on Doom. Sorry, go on. Oh, there's a Stampede coming out from the Centaur Warner. He's trying to run towards Morphling. They have a Lich right in front of him, and the Lich is pretty much dead at this point due to malediction. Void Spirit, on the other hand, picks out Dazzle. So 2 of the teammates going down for the Team Radiant, and on the other side, Naga Siren, I think, also kills out the Doom. So there are 3 deaths on the side of the Radiant. So this was a pretty good gank for them on the side of the Dire. Naga Siren pushing in the tower at this point. So they they basically are pressuring every part of the map, dire, and they're trying to get some kills. Now this Morphling has very low HP. It's trying to go for a kill on the Centaur Warner. I don't really know who is going to die, but the Morphling is in between 3 people. I don't think Morphling is going to survive at this point. There's a DC by Doom, which is quite unfortunate, but I think he'll be back. White Spirit is like back to farming in the middle. He's basically come for the gank. He killed a couple of people. TA in the meantime pretty much annihilates the tower and then goes back to farming. So TA is, going pretty high in the net worth. Void Spirit is trying to rotate and gank. Dark Edge, what do you think is a better strategy as a mid? Like, would you want to fight more in this meta, or do you want to farm more in this meta?
I think this meta is more about fighting than farming. Like, let your carry farm. The fight, the mid heroes like normally should beat the annoying guys in the enemy carries lane. Like Void Spirit's best move right now is to get the bottom tower and then secure the bottom area. So the TA and Morph are forced to play top, and where Naga can actually deal with both of them, that's because her illusion can push out the wave and she doesn't have a threat of dying.
Yeah, but they do, that which is like pretty good, but they don't really have like a lot of wave clear or illusion clear on the side of the radiant. They, apart from like a waveform coming in, but when the push comes with like bunch of illusions, like, is it really you think it's necessary to have a lot of heroes that can have wave clear in these games? Because do you want to push out the waves, or do you think just going in for the kill solely is a good idea at this point?
I think securing the 6 camps is the biggest thing for a carry, for the most annoying thing for a carry, and if one team is able to do it first, I don't think anything matters normally, because the way illusion heroes play is like splitting out. But if the main 6 camps are gone, it's really hard to come back, or like how to play around the map. It becomes really dangerous.
And like the supports coming in, like I was turning into a bit of course, which was there at some point of time where they were trying to play course as supports, like the Ember Spirit and a Puck coming in. But now it's more like a Magnus who comes in as a supports, but he picks up his Blink Dagger, and he's a very good team fighter and also enables his team from the start. These sorts of fours are currently in the meta right now, and we'll have to see what would be the blink timing on a Magnus. Usually, like if you pick up a Shaker or something on a sort of like a divine level of play, 15-17 minutes blink is considered good if your rotations are good. So we'll see how this Mag fares in contrast to that.
Morphling might survive this, like if she strengths quick, she might just. About the blink timing, like I think this was a position 5 Magnus, so we can't blame him for having less, but like I think it would be around 22 minutes, considering he's going for arcane boots before blink.
Yeah, and on top of that, he's also enabling his team right from the start, like right from the level when nobody, enables the carry by giving him a buff at the start, maybe apart from an ogre. I don't really know what a lot of heroes who can do that. So enabling the farm, and when you can stack and basically give all of these camps to your course, I think Magnus helps your team more than just an RP. Maybe at one point of time, Magnus was all about RP, but now the way these teams are playing it, it's more about how good you can enable your team. This Morphling might actually survive too, and as you said, Dark X, he has like 4 levels of attributes left at this point, so he can turn it around. Even if he's hitting for once and getting a little bit of HP with the Morbid Mask and trying to get out of there, it would be a little worthwhile for him. But we'll try to see if this Morphling is trying to escape from there. Kogoro Mori is the player on the Morphling right now. As far as the CS is concerned, Naga Siren is like way on top, leading everybody. It's 106 years for the Naga Siren. TA is right there. TA is actually the one who's farming, and apart from the Morphling, TA is more of a farming mid, so he has like about 80 CS and 13 denies. Morphling has a lot more denies, so Morphling is like denied 25 creeps. So Dark X, when you're playing a core and there is a last jet right in front of you and there's a deny right in front of you, which would you choose going for that?
As a carry, of course, I'll go for the last jet. But for the deny, it's mostly I'll go for the deny over last jet only when it's level 5 and the enemy has a huge level 6 and I don't want to risk it. But normally I would go for the last jet instead of the deny.
Yeah, they're trying to deny this centaur getting in levels as much, as many levels as they can as well. So all these denies do help in a certain way. And actually, the centaur stampede is one of the pretty much the main reasons why the gangs have gone in their favor for the dire side, because they just disengaged with the stampede, and the next gang they engaged in with the stampede. So they are quite good at playing around the centaur's ultimate. So I think usually you look at the Doom is back, but usually you do look at ultimates like the Black Hole and Ravage and Chronosphere, and you think these are down and you want a gank right now. But these more minor ones are also big. The Mopling is trying to survive on the bottom lane. He has the strength lane. Oh, is the double edge coming in from centaur, but he escapes. There's a malediction, but it doesn't really matter because there's a strength gain coming in. There's a grave just for the memes, I think, coming out from the Dazzle.
The tier 1 is going top, by the way. It's really low. It might get denied. Oh, no.
That's pretty close.
The pressure Naga is putting on the T1, it's really good and helping his team.
Yeah,
It's forcing Lich top. It's forcing Lich, then players to play top and apart from off.
I think they have a Doom right now. They're trying to set up for the Doom kill on the Naga side, and probably it will be a very good lineup because if they take out the Naga Siren, the highest farmer in the game right now, in return Naga Siren is ensnaring the Doom, is trying to go for the Doom, but it's just a little bit of aggression coming in, but nothing is happening. They have a little bit of wave gear coming from the Lich's Frost Shield, but now that Doom's Scorched Earth has also run out, I don't really know if they can actually go for this kill. Magnus is coming back to the where Naga Siren is trying to give him the Empower, making sure he farms faster, he farms the creeps wave, goes back. Doom is ready with lunch. There's a Lich ready there as well, but there's a Centaur's ultimate is on cooldown right now. It's just off cooldown, so we'll see if they engage for the kill right now.
Radiant will be active just after the dash of TA. They're just waiting, they're just holding the game, and it's actually going in their favor highly.
And TA is also pretty close to that Desolator as well. It's probably about 500 gold. With the way she is farming, she can get it in next one or two creeps, and then I think it's go time for Radiant. And 2G Easy will try to kill these people. Witch Doctor, I think, will die in a couple of hits. There's a rune timing coming up. Witch Doctor is trying to set up for the rune. The last time what happened was Dazzle got stunned and then he could not get it, but this time he gets the rune. There's a little bit of delay from the Witch Doctor, but he was unable to secure the rune. Void Spirit coming in and he goes for the Morphling, directly bursts him with his combination play, and Shallow Grave wasn't close enough to the Morphling, but he puts it on himself. He tries to run away, but I don't think he can survive the Malediction proc. Two very good kills coming out of Team Dire right now, and with this they have a siege wave coming in. They can start to push us over, giving their Naga Siren some farm.
That was a really good executed play by Void Spirit, instantly bursting down with that small Q stun. That was really good executed by Void Spirit. Morph didn't see it coming.
They're empowering everybody at this point. They empower the Centaur Warrunner, so they are trying to take out, clear the creep wave, but Morphling is back in for the defense now. There are three there. Magnus has an RP at this point. He also has a smoke. I don't really know if they'll try to go in for the kill, but if they kill the Morphling, it'll be extremely good because he just TP'd in, and he feels he's safe under his tower. Everybody's setting up. The Witch Doctor comes in, he casts him, and there was a blink just picked up by the Centaur Warrunner. He stuns him, and there's a Malediction, but there's a Dazzle right there. Very good. So he's turning in, and then he's going for the kill from the Witch Doctor. He knows that there is no stun. There's an RP, but Doom comes in, and then he dooms the Magnus. They're disengaging with the Centaur's ultimate. This is happening every single time. There's a Void Spirit coming in with a haste rune as well. Dazzle doesn't have a Shallow Grave. He's going for the combo play. Naga Siren is here with the song. He catches everybody now, and Magnus Doom is running out, and if he comes in with an RP, that's an RP on everybody. That's a beautiful combo, and there's a Witch Doctor ultimate. He pretty much clears everybody there, but there's a Chain Frost running in, and the Morphling just comes in and he tries to get everybody, but no, he does not. The TA is joining with the Desolator, and Naga Siren is here of all the people, and he's pretty much turned the fight around. There's a stun on the Templar Assassin. His farmed a lot, skewered back in, and he's also probably dead. He's trying to run, but there's a ensnare coming coming. No, he's looking in through the trees. Void Spirit is just melted right over there. Do you think they will be able to know that he's melted over there? Ping the spot right there. Oh, there's a turn. He turns around with the melt hit. He goes for another melt. Oh, come on. He just misses in the melt hit. But there's a blink coming in. There is no way I think he's surviving it at this point. But Naga Siren, that was a beautiful play. Oh no, there's a Morphling just coming in back with the waveform. He kills one, and there's a Grave coming in to save him. There's a crazy team fight happening right here. I mean, there are a bunch of heroes going on both teams. Holy hell, this was a crazy fight. What do you think about this one, Arkex?
This all goes to the TP Naga made, dude. This TP, this one song changed everything. This one TP, one play by Naga, it completely changed the net worth lead. It's now favoring Dire actually. That one TP play. That was really heads up play by Naga.
That was a beautiful song. This is like some high level of play coming in from the side of Dire. They just come in and then use the song, use the RP on top of it. And the Radiant team is like, they're not even scared at that point. They just, turn in with the Chain Frost and then they try to chain with so many spells. They don't even, the Morphling wave pops in after everything into 4 heroes and basically tries to survive for the most amount of time. And then TA comes in. So on the middle lane, it's basically TA has after his one death, but it still has a lot of farm. But this Naga Siren has not died even once. In fact, he even took out the Dazzle with his illusions as well. So this Naga Siren is going way far ahead in the net worth.
I think if Naga goes for one Scardy after a Diffusal or even a Butterfly, I think this might be a really free game for Naga. It's really good. Scardy is really good against 2 range 4 heroes.
That was a crazy good brink reveal by the Centaur as well. So they are trying to take the game to the Radiant right now. And do you think Darkex, if Naga gets doomed in a couple of minutes or maybe in the next 5 minutes, would the Radiant have enough damage to kill him, or do you think Naga will just turn back with the doom in this fight?
If the Radiant goes focus Naga, which is doomed, then they might have a chance. But if they don't focus, like you just doom and then they'll stampede away to safety, then that's actually bad for them. So they need to kill, get stampede out first before they even use doom, because every time they use doom and they just run away Dire with the stampede.
Yeah. They basically have a little less amount of stuns on the Radiant side. There's a smoke coming out from the Dire side and their neutral camp. They're trying to go and find anybody on the Radiant side, top T1 on the bot. But there is actually nobody over there. Centaur basically wants to find more people. He's running in towards the mid lane. Apart from it, there's a Templar assassin. They do not have vision over there, but they're trying to find somebody. Let's see if they can find. From the Radiant team is also smoke on smoke action. They're pretty close. Naga Siren is trying to enset. There's a stun on the Dazzle, trying to burst the Dazzle before a Grave. And there's a Chain Force coming in from the Lich, and the Lich tries to pull somebody in, and there's an RP coming on the 2 people. But as soon as that happens, they try to disengage, but they cannot actually because of RP. And there's a Doom coming out on the Naga Siren, and she's basically giving empower to them. She probably try to hit back them right now, but it's just still a couple of minutes over there. The Doom comes in, tries to hit them, but no, Naga Siren just turns around. Tries to ensafe more. Morphling comes in. He's trying to take out all the illusions. They've cleared it, and the Naga is basically going for the Song TP. So they do not have enough catch for the Void Spirit at this point, I think. But yeah, they try to go in and disengage beautifully over there.
That Stampede is really good. Like they know when to use Stampede. As soon as the Doom is used, they just use Stampede, get back, and then play. Have a fight at the better position as a high ground, low ground. And the T blink actually might have costed her life.
Yeah, what do you think is the ideal target they should go for the Doom at this point, because they have the Magnus RP, which is like pretty important. Which target do you feel is like pretty important for Doom or Darkex?
I think the best target would be Void Spirit. If they get out Void Spirit, even if a Stampede is used, like I think if Void Spirit is out of the fight, they might they can fight with Naga, but like they need to use RP and everything and Centaur. It's like if you kill the main, the what do you call, the annoying kid in the gang, like it's done, sort of. Because like damage in the Radiant side is too high, TA and Morphling. They just need to focus it on one guy, Void Spirit or Naga.
What do you think about not initiating with the Doom actually? Trying to initiate with something else, maybe the TA, and trying to make them use the Centaur's ultimate so that they can then go in and with the Doom. I think, it is a play?
For that to happen, I think Radiant needs some more items. Yeah, Radiant needs BKBs on their course or even E-Bleed quick for that to happen actually. Yeah, Morphling is going for an BKB herself, second item.
Which is very good. Like these usually the players don't try to go for protective items generally, but like when you're trying to play in these knockout games on the tournament, and you have to make sure that you're standing there and trying to do damage. Okay, you do not want to run back. Getting scared of any other hero, just go in for the BKB and try to fight them. And everybody is like on the Radiant is trying grouped. Morphling is trying to TPing on the other side, wave forming and trying to farm the ancient. So they're trying to distribute their farm as much. On the side of Radiant, on the Dire as well, they're trying to use the cleave and try to farm everywhere. So it's more of a farm fest, but that was what we were thought initially, but it has been anything but that. There are so many fights that went through in every single lane, and these teams are again looking to fight. So it's an interesting warfare coming out of these teams.
But this Naga seems to be really scary. She's going for a heart, which is actually really good against the burst of Radiant. I think heart is a really good pickup, and like after a heart, I don't think it's like really hard for Radiant to kill her. The only way they can kill them is 1v5ing on her. But like,
yeah, and also they're also like splitting up the farm and trying to push out with these illusions on every single lane. So all the time Radiant is trying to counter push it by sending their heroes to the other lane. So they're not really not in a position to just group as five and go try to smoke somebody. But I also think they're also waiting for the core items like the BKB, as the Dark X called, and the Morphling, and the TA is probably also going for a BKB, I think. Dark X, do you think after the BKB is coming there would be a huge change in the way these fights go?
There might be. I don't think there would be a change in the fights, but it would be a change in how they play. They would play a bit more aggressive, not a bit, a lot more aggressive, and they really need to emphasize on who they prioritize in fights just after the BKB. They need to really go in and do something instead of kiting backwards.
Yeah, they also have just a couple of abilities that go through the BKBs. It's just the Naga Siren with her Ensnare. I don't think they've removed it at this point. I think they've removed it in this patch, but the Witch Doctor Ultimate still goes through it. There's a little bit of damage coming in, but the RP is like most important. They can catch them out even with the BKB. So the Dire already has a little bit of answer, I'd say, for the BKBs coming in, but it would give them a scope on the Radiant. On the bottom side, he's trying to doom the Centaur at this point, but the Centaur just pops his pipe and he tries to run. He's trying to stampede out of there, and he's basically out of there. So there was a good stun coming out of the Centaur just to cancel out the Doom's ultimate, but no kill has happened on the side, and then they basically were able to get the bottom T1 tower. There's a smoke coming out from the Radiant team. 2Z is refraction turned on by the TA. They're trying to, if they walk up, they would find the Centaur, because they already know there's no stampede right now. So they're trying to go and doom this annoying Void Spirit. And if they catch him, it's basically, Void Spirit tries to Remnant out. He goes for the ult. So I think there's an animation delay on it, so they won't be able to get it. They try to go for it. There's a pull on the Templar Assassin. There's an RP coming in from two people, and there's a stun on the Morphling. There's a Witch Doctor Ultimate coming in, so the Grave, he has to use it on himself. He has a malediction on top of him. He would be able to survive. No, he goes down. Morphling goes down. The Naga Siren is back in the fight, and now the big boss is here, and he pretty much catches everybody. There's a Chain Frost coming in, but that probably wouldn't do much on the side of the Radiant. Naga Siren tries to song him. The Chain Frost still bounces, but he actually doesn't do it. This is a catch on the Remnant with the Lich, so Naga Siren basically just does the cleanup part, but that was a beautiful reaction time by the Void Spirit. Fight would have been much different if he got doomed, but hey, the Doom's animation cast is there. You couldn't do much if the hero has an animation cast.
It's looking really bad for Radiant. There are not much ways. Even with the Radiant's Doom, I don't think there's much chance against a Heart Naga. And even Morphling died a sloppy death there, had no vision of the high ground and died to two stuns. But it looks really bad for Radiant unless they pull out some really good smoke plays, which is really, it's gonna be really hard for Radiant to pull this one off.
Magnus is basically cleaving Naga at this point, and on top of that, Doom is coming in. He has a Doom actually, he storms two people, and then he dooms the Void Spirit. Templar Assassin directly going for the kill on the disengage coming in from the Centaur. They're actually trying to go back, and then Naga Siren is right in the middle, is trying to get everybody, and Doom goes down, and Templar Assassin basically runs away. Naga will probably dive at this point because she has too much HP. She kills him right under his T3 almost, and he is dead. Morphling is trying to kill, but there is no mana on Morphling as well. Now this Nagasaran, I think, is the boss now. He's going in. Is there an RP? No, there's not an RP, but he's pretty much setting it up for the rest of the team to come in. Witch Doctor, they're timing tier 4s at like 26 minutes. They have the pull. There's an ultra kill coming out of the Nagasaran. Would they give him the rampage? Yule's coming out just to probably BM the Morphling. There's a stand on Morphling. There's a Chain Frost coming in. And there's also Witch Doctor's ultimate. He's trying to Shadow Amulet out. I think there's a malediction on him. He pops out to the Witch Doctor. Diving Fountain with the Nagasaran. Templar Assassin calls it with a rampage on Nagasaran. This dives in at 27 minutes.
She alone carried this along just because the Siren plays, the TPs. She alone carried that.
I think, like, what do you think? Who would be a man of the match, Darkex?
It's of course Naga. Naga carried it solo really well with her TP plays, the gang she set up. It's really good. The heads up play by her.
The beautiful play coming out of Naga. This is the first knockout, guys. You see lots of these crazy fights coming in. Stay tuned and keep watching Tamil Nadu Dota Leagues, and you'd find more of such amazing plays and most of the amazing matches your way.
Open eye, feel the waves.
Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. We'll see you soon.
Hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing